right. So that was Professor Mark Wilson from Michigan State University with tons of excellent advice we could use here for the Busan World Expo. And it is also time for our last guest tonight, who is from the 2030 Expo Bid Promotion Division. Now, this team has been preparing for 2030 Expo bidding for years on so many levels, such as networking with experts, running the citizen committee, various PR activities, and the official application to the BIE this year in May. So to tell you all the details about these preparations, we have the Deputy Director of the 2030 Expo Bid Promotion Division, Ms. Kim Do-im. And welcome to the studio, Ms. Kim Do-im.
Hi. Thanks for having me here.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, by the way, congratulations on your 12th anniversary.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So please tell our listeners, Ms. Kim, about the bid to host the 2030 Busan World Expo.
Well, the World Expo is one of the 3 global mega events, along with the Olympics and the World Cup. It is called the Economic and Cultural Olympics, as a festival where global corporations participate and introduce new cultures.
Right, and that sounds like a very big deal, right?
Probably there are many people who remember the Daejeon and Yeosu Expo. Mm-hmm. These 2 expos were small-scale exhibitions which take place every 2 years. However, 2030 Busan World Expo is a registered exhibition that takes place every 5 years. If we win the host bid, this will be South Korea's first registered expo.
Wow, okay, that'll be great.
And we expect it will be an event of monumental scale involving around 50 million visitors from about 200 nations for 6 months from May to November of 2030. Mm-hmm. It will be held in the Northport area of the original city center. This is expected to create momentum for the future of Busan's development.
Okay, so of course this takes a lot of preparation. So where are we on the preparations for the 2030 Busan World Expo?
Well, last December, the South Korean representative declared the intent to bid at the BIE General Conference. The city of Moscow, Russia, also expressed its intent. And we can say that the competition to win the bid has begun.
Okay.
To tell you about the schedule, we will submit the official hosting bid within this year and submit the comprehensive hosting plan next year in 2022. And the on-site evaluation of the candidate city will take place in 2023. And final decision to be made at the BIE General Conference in the later of 2023.
I see, okay.
Until now, the City of Busan and the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy has led the preparations. But from the bidding stage, a civilian bidding council will have to form and lead the bidding efforts. We are trying to get as many global entrepreneurs and people of influence from diverse fields to participate.
Understood.
And we're also forming a master plan on a national level to set South Korea apart from other candidate nations. This also involves mobilizing the people's desire to host the expo.
Right.
And we are certain that we can expedite Busan's future development by 50 years by hosting the expo.
Wow, 50 years, wow.
Yeah, we will cooperate with the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy so we can win the bid.
Okay, and we want to win that bid, right?
Yeah.
So how has the World Expo contributed to the history of humanity?
Well, the expo has come hand in hand with the development of human civilization.
Okay.
The telephone was first introduced at the Philadelphia World's Fair in 1875.
Okay, wow.
And the Eiffel Tower constructed for the 1889 Paris Expo. Mm-hmm. And the St. Louis Expo first showcased the aeroplane. And the TV debuted in New York Expo in 1939.
Wow, there's so many things, right?
Yes. Recently, in case of the 2010 Shanghai Expo, transformed the rundown region as a mecca of new culture and global business, all the while creating 110 trillion won in economic ripple effect.
Wow, that's a lot.
And the 2015 Milan Expo, under the theme of feeding the planet, energy for life, it helped for the city to overcome the prolonged economic stagnation by creating 63 trillion won in economic ripple effect and creating 240,000 jobs.
Wow, so that's a lot of jobs, a lot of money.
Yeah.
So what do we expect the economic ripple effect of the 2030 Busan World Expo to be?
If we host the expo, over 50 million visitors will come during the 6 months period, creating 61 trillion won in economic ripple effect and 500,000 jobs.
Wow.
In the short term, establish the foundational industries of region and create jobs in the construction, distribution, tourism, mines, and retail industries. Mm-hmm. And mid to long term, invite global firms and bring innovations to local startups and entrepreneurships, thereby providing an opportunity for recreating the industrial structure. Also, it will be a chance to globally brand local firms and for them to launch as the global firms.
Wow, so a lot of benefits there.
Yes, and the expo will also provide an opportunity for the ongoing megacity project to grow into a new pillar of South Korean economy that can rival the capital area.
Yeah, so we hear a lot about the megacity project, but I'm curious, why was the North Port selected as the site of the expo, and what can we gain from it?
The reason why we selected the North Port area as the site of the expo is it is sort of symbolic place in our country. Mm-hmm. The North Port is the site of history that encompasses the country's past, present, and the potential for the future. It is important to develop contents that reflect Busan's unique characteristics. So we are trying to connect Busan's unique historical and local traits to turn them into a theme and contents that entire world can empathize with.
Right.
And we think it also fits in with the BIE's philosophy that puts great importance on contributing to local development through urban regeneration. And we can expand the traffic infrastructures of the old city center area and create synergy effect for the recovery and development of the city center.
And that sounds like a great thing for the city. So, to get all this done, there are various promotional groups in the works. So what can you tell us about these projects?
I've already mentioned this year is very crucial in bidding schedule. Mm-hmm. And it is important to gain public consensus on the need to win the hosting bid. Particularly, we need interest and participation from young people.
Right.
Last Tuesday, we had launching ceremony for the group of supporters comprised of local university students and one-person media creators. We expect they will come up with various new media and video contents that go in line with current trend to promote the expo.
And we heard from a few of them earlier, and they sound like they are coming up with a lot of really cool and new, interesting ideas for the city. Mm-hmm. And Ms. Kim, do you have a final message for the people of Busan?
Of course. We believe the 2030 Busan World Expo will be a turning point for South Korea and the city of Busan to live as a comparative global nation and city where the global generations can live happily. So I'd like to say again, this year is very crucial in that we will begin the competition to win the bid to host. And we will work hard to win the hosting bid in order to make our dreams come true for the future of Busan and South Korea. We sincerely ask for support and interest from the people. Thank you.
And thank you. And you know what? I think that's a great message to kind of end on is that, you know, it doesn't work without the support of people.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? And it will benefit people the most. So
yeah.
I really want to thank you so much for coming into the studio tonight, Ms. Kim Do-im. And yes, we hope to talk to you again soon, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of news about the Busan World Expo in the future.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Deputy Director for the 2030 Expo Bid Promotion Division, Ms. Kim Do-im. And good night and have a good weekend.
You too. Good night.
All right.